Royalty, bitch. Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's me, Mugenrage 92, and I got something new for you guys today. This is my friend TNL guy, and he's going to show you guys about retro gaming. He's going to actually have a segment in which you guys are going to get to talk to TNL guy if you guys want to, introduce yourselves, and he'll be back and forth through the show throughout every couple of episodes to talk to you guys, to answer the questions that you guys have from about retro gaming. I myself, for all of you guys who don't know me, my name is Mugenrage 92, and I'm big on games. I'm big on role-playing games more than anything else. So you'll catch me talking about things about Mass Effect, but we also have segments in which we talk about anime, music, detective series, comic books, martial arts, seeing as how two of the Deep have members of martial artists. We just try to keep ourselves involved in everything. And today in 5 minutes of Mugen, we're going to open up giving you guys a great episode. Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to talk to you guys today about Skyrim. That's right. Skyrim happens to be one of my favorite RPGs. In fact, that whole Elder Scrolls video game series has always been a personal favorite of mine. But I feel like Skyrim took a turn, maybe on some good and some bad, maybe. So the game definitely has some pros and cons. It's definitely better than Oblivion in my opinion as far as customization goes. I would like to see more classes, you know, the basic Khajiit, the Nords, you know, the same thing that had pretty much always been in Skyrim, but there's a few different customization points. They give you pretty good graphics in the game as well, so I feel like Skyrim is most likely going to be our, Skyrim is going to be like the game I'm going to be touching this year. I want to give people a little bit about Skyrim this year, but I also have feel for other games. I mean, the reason why Skyrim is going to be probably my personal favorite this year is because I'm looking at Skyrim as the best improvement out of the whole Elder Scrolls series. And then you look at things like Mass Effect 3, which was a disappointment in the series, you know. A lot of people will disagree with me. I feel like Mass Effect 3 was probably one of the laziest games ever made. There's over $300 for DLC coming out still. So, you know, when someone has to stick to the $300 worth of DLC on the game, that it's going to be a game that was produced horribly. The gameplay, however, was greatly improved. There's a better selection of powers and different things you can do with your biotics and your tech specials. But the downside for me is that you don't get to choose. They make it seem through like number 1 and 2 that the ending is going to be always up to you, and it ends up being the same 1 through 3 endings every time. And that for me kind of kills the Mass Effect 3 storyline. However, I've just found out that Mass Effect 4 is going to be in play. So TNL guy, as a big retro gamer, what retro games might you want to recommend people to start getting into the feel for this classic video games?
Well, let's see, if you're a PlayStation owner, you might want to check out the Final Fantasy series if you like RPGs. The Metal Gear Solid series is also a great series to get into. The first game is available on PlayStation Network, and of course we mentioned the HD collection, which is a great place to pick up as well. And there's also a lot of old school platformers on the PlayStation 1. Unfortunately, Vita doesn't have Spyro or Crash available yet, but I'm sure they're working on it.
What's up guys, it's me, Mugenrage 92, and this is Mugenrage 92's Video Game Rant. Now I know I just told you guys today I was going to talk about Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls series, so let's get to it. The Elder Scrolls series itself is probably one of the most underlooked, underrated games in ever history. I feel like Skyrim is probably the second best Elder Scrolls game. It would be first best, but I feel like Oblivion was way more geared towards the RPG fan that wants to have a lot to do. This game seemed like it wanted its fans to be done with the game quick. And though they have DLC coming out, there's more DLC supposed to be coming out than what was put in the game. So I feel like they could have took a little more time with the game, did a lot more. Graphics are very much on point. The classes, however, start to concern me because the classes stay the same in Skyrim, and it's like there's no evolution of the game as far as in that area. So maybe it's just me being a picky gamer. I have no idea, but I really dislike that part about Skyrim. Also, I dislike the fact that when you do quests in Riften, you have to sort of join the Thieves Guild. You have to be a thief, even if you're a good person. If I'm an Imperial soldier, I shouldn't have to be a thief, because that goes for someone who maybe wants to be a Stormcloak. But to say the least, I give this game 8.5 out of 10. I would give it 9 or 9.5, but like I said, there was a few things that kind of struck my mind that's not so good. I would recommend the person to get this though. However, I would recommend someone to try out Skyrim, because I guarantee you that with Skyrim you'll have about just as much fun as you did with Elder Scrolls Oblivion, maybe just a bit more due to the graphics and things. But for all you retro gamers out there who really enjoy the old games, I say you stick to Oblivion. That's just my opinion. This has been Mugenrage 92, and this has been Video Game Rex.
I'm the rap Lambo. Born to shit and grew into an asshole. Feeling froggy, I make you feel more like a tadpole. Smoking on a Cuban like Fidel Castro.
So Mugenrage's 5 minutes of Mugen consists of many different things, and at the end of my show, I always want to put someone out there to help someone gain exposure like I'm trying to do myself, and so with my friends. So with that being said, I want you guys to check out my bro's YouTube channel. His name is Benson Man. Music. We're talking good music here, people. I mean music as far as anything you want to hear. So you might want to check out Benson Man. I'll upload the link after my credits. He's a really good artist. He's out of Inglewood, California. His name is Royal T. And many of you guys may or may not know him. But shout out to my boy Royal T. And this has been 5 minutes of Mugen. Thank you guys for paying attention. Get the page up, subscribe, share, get some likes for us. And we'll have more material for you guys coming soon. This has been Mugenrage 92.
Surviving hell and do a bunch of shows, that's live as hell. There's only a few things I need to do, and I'ma get to that soon as I find my scale. Like I'm smoking